Olá, bom dia from Portugal. A little bit later than midday, I was reminded that it was midday by the Bomberos alarm, which has become the signal for taking a moment in the middle of the day. And I was blissfully unaware and somewhat distracted and engaged in a bit of writing, just writing about, funnily enough, writing about Qigong and the benefits of Qigong and the idea that San Martinho de Porto might become a haven of peace and healing and healthiness. And with a sense of urgency, like, I've got to get this done. And when the alarm went off, it freed me. It just freed my fixation and sense of urgency, which, as I retrace my steps, sort of reverse engineer where I've got to today in that moment of intensity and not knowing that I was in such a tightly wound state. The alarm going off helped me to see that. So it might be that these videos are a way of reminding you that if you're caught up on a thought process or a reaction to something, that you might loosen your grip a little bit, regroup and come back to that. And I'm welcoming the opportunity to realize that my sense of urgency is completely made up. It was just a decision I made based on being a little bit tired from the weekend and how the mind can catastrophize and exaggerate and dramatize things. Oh, I've got to get this done. Oh, I've got to get that done. Oh, not enough time. And these are the thoughts, and this is the influence that the mind can have on the rest of our system, our awareness, our consciousness. So all hail a little bit of blue sky and a moment to unwind and let go of all made up ideas. And I think it's funny, isn't it? I start the sentence with I think all ideas are made up, and I just made that one up. I just made up the fact that all ideas are made up. And the interesting thing about that is an idea that is entertained in the mind then informs the body. So the body tends to believe what the mind comes up with, or is reminded of a similar experience, a habitual experience of anxiety or stress or dramatization, and can easily be taken along for the ride. And I just think that's a very interesting thing to observe. And it's not better, it's not righter, it's just an interesting thing to me, and it might be to you as well. So we have this beautiful passage of clouds which might emulate thoughts in the mind, in the otherwise theoretically blank canvas of the mind, and then things arising into that, as the Buddha described, I think, things arising, and the meditative state of nothing arising. And shout out to my one of my favorite teachers, Barry Long, who speaks of being in the state of nothing arising, or at least practicing that, because I think if we're not well practiced, a lot arises and it takes some practice to see what's arising and not be attached to it before we can get any sense of there being nothing arising. Now, I don't know what that's like for you, and I probably never will. It's just something to make mention of, and if you're so inspired or interested, to practice that and let me know how that is going for you. It's certainly my endeavor I know from my own experience that when there appears to be nothing arising and I'm just in a calm state of being, when things do arise, they can be released and allowed to pass freely, like trap wind, or I don't know, anything that just comes and goes. Scabs came to mind, like a thought can come, it can be raw, it can scab over, and it can drop off, and it can be gone. It's probably not the most attractive metaphor, especially if you're having lunch right now, but Everything comes to pass, including our thoughts and our bodies and ourselves. And yet what doesn't seem to pass is the awareness of that. That appears more timeless, the viewer, the observer. And that's where that's where I endeavor to go for a midday moment. So how about we do that? If you don't want the waffle, then feel free to just enjoy this beautiful Portuguese blue sky with the sound off. And if you are susceptible to peace and relaxation and letting go, join me for a few minutes of that right now. And anything that does want to arise, allow it to arise and then go with the vehicles that are coming and going, the sounds that are coming and going. Everything can just come up and be let go of. Up it comes, away it goes. Up it comes, away it goes. And I can feel my guts uncontracting. What is the right word for that? And in the greater calmness, I am less focused and less able to. I can allow the words to come rather than go searching for them. My guts are relaxing. And my shoulders are dropping. And a greater sense, despite a very busy street suddenly, of cars coming and going and sounds coming and going and the birds are singing, aren't they? Opening out, you're hearing the birds singing. Despite all of the comings and goings, thoughts arising, sounds arising, clouds passing, birds singing, I'm expanding into a greater sense of peace and relaxation and decontraction, for want of a better word. Decompression. Yeah, decompressing. And letting go a little. And saying good morning to you, Eileen. It's well good to see you. Squire of the Shires, good to see you as well. Mr. Blue Sky, we're so pleased to be with you. I'm just going to let the birds take over for a moment and soak it up myself. Wow. Well, I think it's fair to say we often don't know how contracted we are until we bring ourselves under some sort of observation. And that's certainly true for me this morning. The mind can't be trusted to monitor itself, can it? If the mind says, "Are you relaxed?" "Yes, I'm relaxed." It needs something else to sit back and take a look at the mind and its mischief. And that might be our awareness, our peaceful awareness. The observer, the viewer of things. And the deeper we get into the viewer and observer, we realize how timeless and eternal that can be, or sense that is. And what relief and peace it can bring, being in that very transcendent, increasingly transcendent, I should say, view of ourselves and what's going on in our world. So thank you very much. And I hope I can bring you more beautiful views like this. I mean, this is a very simple, wow, big deal, blue sky. Well, it's a big deal to me. It's not the sea. It's not a wide open space. It's not. It might not even be Portugal, right? Believe me, it is a Portuguese blue sky. But I'll do my best to bring you some more characteristic, actual Portuguese locations in all their glory and beauty. But it's not a bad start, is it, to the week, to see into the deep blue sky and spend a few moments reveling in that great expanse and depth and infinite awareness. I'm struggling to find the words. I can feel the sense of this that I have, and the words aren't coming. And it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure you have your own sense of the expansion and sense of expanded being as we feast on this great blue vista in front of us on the screen now. And I wish you a great day, a great week, and we'll be back again, God willing, tomorrow.